der Schneebildung geschlagen. 2 oder 3 Monate vergangen sind, wird euer Terror beseitigt sein. Verwahrt ihr das Präsident.
It's astonishing how influential propaganda was during the Nazi regime. The most horrifying acts against the human race were committed a mere meters away from these people's homes, and yet they didn't know. It sounds impossible, doesn't it?
The Pasig River dividing North and South Manila. American tanks and tank destroyers on the north bank of the river fire at last remaining Jap strongholds in the southern part of the city.
War is often fought over land, religion, sometimes money, and so frequently do soldiers find themselves wondering what they are really fighting for. Countries brainwash their citizens and attempt to hide the ugliness of war, disguising their fateful deaths as heroic. Former KGB agent simply explains this.
To change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country.
Today, we often look back to those who fought for their country, who fought for what they were told to believe in, and we feel pity. We feel bad for those who died for a cause they didn't even know about, let alone cared about. But there is one tragedy where I will never feel even the likes of pity. The Holocaust was the genocide of over 6 million people. Soldiers knew what they were killing for. They signed up to do it. And casualties occur all the time in war, but this time that was the goal. So I don't feel pity. I feel anger. And I felt this most strongly when I visited the tomb of the unknown soldier in Munich. The tomb of the unknown soldier in Munich was decorated with a bed of flowers and dotted with candles. And there I felt like I was being asked to feel pity and to memorialize the people who murdered my ancestors. Because they didn't know, right? But people knew. Only a couple of meters away lies a more modest memorial for the young group of individuals who had the courage and bravery to fight against the Nazi Party. Hans Scholl, Sophie Scholl, Christopher Probst, Willy Graf, Alexander Schmarell, and Professor Kurt Huber are who I will honor. They are the founders of the White Rose, one of the few German groups that spoke out against Nazi genocidal policies. At great risk, White Rose members transported and mailed mimeographed leaflets that denounced the regime. In their attempt to stop the war effort, they advocated the sabotage of the armaments industry. The group conducted an anonymous leaflet and graffiti campaign that ended with the arrest of the core group by the Gestapo on February 18, 1943. The regime executed Hans and Sophie Scholl and Christopher Probst on February 22, 1943. Officials also eventually arrested and executed philosophy professor Kurt Huber, who had guided the movement, and the rest of the White Rose members. The members of the White Rose are symbols of strength and courage, with Hans's last words being, "Long live freedom." Knowing the immense danger they faced, the group persevered and rose up against crimes against the human race. Sophie Scholl lives on as a powerful feminist figure that I've looked up to since I was little, and is a reminder to never stay silent. The night I visited the tomb of the unknown soldier, with a candle in hand, I spoke out about my beliefs, about who deserves pity and compassion, who deserves to be remembered in glory. I blew out my candle and relit it for the White Rose and all the resistance groups that defined the Holocaust. I watched as my peers did the same, blowing out their candles and lighting them from the same flame, for all those who died at the hands of the unknown soldiers and the Nazi Party. In that moment, my anger was replaced with a feeling of pride and solidarity as we fought to keep the flames alive and honor the brave.